Welcome to the 2019 Upper School Awards Assembly. As the Upper School Director, I have the distinct honor of seeing the incredible achievements of so many upper school students each year. Sometimes these amazing accomplishments are seen by a lot of people, and sometimes the achievements are only seen by a select few. Today we will recognize the efforts of many talented people in a wide variety of areas. While some students will receive awards today, I believe it is also important to recognize the level of achievement within the upper school community. Naming recipients for awards does not take away from the incredible hard work and dedication that are qualities every Mounds Park student possesses. Each member of this community contributes something that is unique. So as we move on with the assembly, know that the awards are only one way to recognize the dedication and achievements of so many. Throughout the assembly, there will be different presenters coming up to the podium to honor recipients. During the course of the proceedings, when groups of students are announced, please hold your applause until all the names are read aloud. And so we begin. The first group of students who we will recognize today is a group of seniors who were inducted into the Cum Laude Society last October. The founders of the society modeled cum laude after one of America's most prestigious college academic honor societies, Pi Beta Kappa, to which some upper school faculty members belong. In the 112 years since its founding, cum laude has grown to almost 400 chapters in Europe, Canada, England, Puerto Rico, the Philippines, and here in the United States, with the vast majority of the chapters located in independent schools like Mounds Park Academy. Based solely upon academic achievements of their cumulative years in high school, the Society has a strict bylaw that explicitly states that no more than 20% of a senior class may be inducted. This year was MPA's first year as a member of the Cum Laude Society, and 11 members of the class of 2019 were inducted. I ask the following newly inducted members of the class of 2019 Cum Laude Society to stand and be recognized. Muna Adam, Lindsay Baldwin, Yuling DeBellis, Lance Go, Gabriella Law, Parker Law, Ajay Monica, Henry Peterson, Haley Rhodes, Anish Sayal. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to announce this year's valedictorian. This person is the student having the highest academic grade point average in the senior class. Please join me in congratulating Ajay Monica as the class. It is now my pleasure to announce this year's salutatorian. This person is a student having the second highest grade point average based on their academic career over the course of their 4 years at Mounds Park Academy. Please join me in congratulating Lindsay Baldwin.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Peterson, the Director of College Counseling. Each year, more than 1.5 million juniors take the PSAT, or National Merit Qualifying Test, and enter the National Merit Scholarship Program, a nationwide competition for recognition and awards. Each spring, about 50,000 of the highest scorers are designated for recognition. This year, MPA juniors Cecilia Adriano, Henry Fing, Charles Belisich, Benjamin Lash, and Ahmed Shakan have qualified to participate in the National Merit Competition that will conclude next year. Please stand to be recognized. In our senior class, one MPA student was among the 34,000 students nationwide who achieved commended status in this year's National Merit Competition, Lindsay Baldwin. Two seniors, Henry Peterson and Ajay Manika, were among only 16,000 students nationwide to proceed further as semifinalists in this year's National Merit Competition. Both applied for and achieved finalist status. Ajay will receive a National Merit Scholarship from the University of Minnesota. Henry is attending Pomona College, which does not award scholarships for National Merit finalists. The National Merit Scholarship Corporation recognizes students who have demonstrated outstanding potential for academic success and notes that they represent a valuable national resource, contributing to the advancement of educational excellence in our nation. Lindsay, Henry, and Ajay, please come forward to receive your certificates of recognition from the National Merit Scholarship. Many members of MPA's class of 2019 were awarded scholarships from colleges and universities, or from other organizations recognizing their accomplishments in the areas of academics, leadership, volunteer contributions, and talents. It would take more time than we have in this assembly to recognize them individually. So seniors, if you were awarded a scholarship from any of the colleges to which you were offered admission, or by another organization, please stand as a group and be recognized at this time. Seniors, a list of the scholarships you will receive from the colleges and universities that you will attend or from other organizations will be available to you and your families at the senior dinner and after that in the college counseling office. Thank you.
I'm Sarah Moan, and I'm the yearbook advisor, and I'm going to present Quill and Scroll Awards. Quill and Scroll International Honor Society for High School Journalists, which is a mouthful, has a distinct purpose to encourage and recognize superior individual student achievement in journalism and scholastic achievement. Among other requirements, members of Quill and Scroll must be chosen from students enrolled in the charter high school who, at the time of their election, are honor roll students and have completed 2 years of high school journalism. And they must have achieved consistent superior work throughout those 2 years in the journalism. With those criteria in mind, the following 5 students have been officially nominated and accepted into Quill and Scroll International Honor Society for High School Journalists. Please come forward and receive your pin and certificate. Rayan Ahmed. Annie Burwald, who I just have that little note. Annie wasn't even going to be on yearbook staff this year, and then she came back this fall, and then she stepped up to be our photo editor and really helped a lot this year. And Izzy, who served as my editor. And Catherine Moore and Carly Peacock, who are our editors-in-chief for next year's book. and Scroll has another award for outstanding service. This is especially apt for two leaders who were inducted into Quill and Scroll last year. Their hours of service creating the book for 500 people was a tremendous sacrifice and a labor of love. While the yearbook is a culmination of the work and dedication of a 22-person team, and there were many students who exhibited both skill and commitment, this year's award goes to the leaders who led that group in profound and subtle ways. Beginning last May, they crafted a creative vision of a yearbook that will knock your socks off. They set their own bar high and ensured that they were going to leap right over that bar. These two met the tremendous challenge that only those who have been editors-in-chief will understand, and they met that challenge with great skill and a dedication to excellence that inspired me regularly. I can't wait for you all to see that book next year. For their stellar service and leadership as editors-in-chief, I would like to recognize Tara Sansel and Louie.
Hi, I'm John Abram, Director of Choirs for grades 7 through 12. On behalf of Leah Abbey, I will be announcing two awards that were given at the orchestra concert earlier in May. The National School Orchestra Award. In recognition of singular merit and outstanding contribution to the success of the school orchestra, for displaying an unusual degree of loyalty and cooperation, and for exemplifying that high standard of conduct that is the aim of the school instrumental program. I would like to present the National School Orchestra Award to Gabby Law. Gabby, please stand. The Director's Award. This award is presented to a senior orchestra member who exhibits strong leadership and dedication to the MPA Orchestra. This year, I felt very strongly that there was a tie between two individuals that have been such an integral part of the Mounts Park Academy orchestras. I would like to present the Director's Award to Henry Peterson and Haley Rhodes for their service to the orchestra over the years. Henry and Haley, please stand. I would like to recognize the 2018-19 Allstate Choir members, Jordan Akers, Gabby Law, Soli Svenovic Rossi, and Julia Portis. Jordan, Gabby, and Soli sang in the Allstate Mixed Choir, while Julia was a member of the Allstate Soprano Alto Choir. Musicians, please come forward to receive your certificates. The Director's Award and Outstanding Senior Award were presented at the Upper School Vocal Concert on May 22nd. I also want to acknowledge the recipients in this setting. The first Director's Award goes to a young man who loves singing and enjoys learning about singing technique. His desire to grow and develop as a musician led him to study voice privately. Pegged to tenor early on, he provided leadership in his small but mighty section. Water bottle in hand, toting a ukulele or guitar, you're likely to find him singing on trail next year. The first Director's Award goes to Flynn Opitz. Flynn. The second Director's Award goes to a young woman whose personality, skill, and insight have left a mark on the choir program. Her bell-like tone, exceptional ear, and musicianship skills are an asset to the soprano section. She has sung in varsity choir, concert choir, madrigal singers, multiple honor choirs, and a 2-year member of the Allstate Choir program. I will miss her easy smile and knowing looks in class. The second Director's Award goes to Gabby Law. The Outstanding Senior Award goes to a young woman who has found her voice and knows what she needs to say. Positive, hardworking, and delightfully real, she is the bedrock of the alto section. She has sung varsity and concert choirs, magical singers, multiple honor choirs, and Allstate. Best wishes to our absent-bound Outstanding Senior Award winner, Julia Portis. In addition, Gabby, Flynn, and Julia's names will be engraved on the choir plaques that permanently reside in the choir room. Students earn points towards a music letter based on their participation in MK's music ensembles. Additional points can be earned through membership in honor ensembles, taking private lessons, serving in leadership positions within the ensembles, and other activities that go above and beyond. Points range from 100 to 384 this year. This spring, we awarded letters and bars to 27 sophomores, juniors, and seniors. If you received a letter or bar from Miss Abby, Miss Wantock, or myself, please stand.
Hi, I'm Renee Wantock, and I'm the Director of Bands here at Mount Spark Academy. A couple weeks ago at our concert, I had the pleasure of awarding a couple of our outstanding seniors some music awards. Since they've already received their awards, I just would like to have them stand for recognition here today. The John Philip Sousa Award is the pinnacle of achievement for high school band students. Created in 1955, the award honors the top student in the high school band program and recognizes superior musicianship and outstanding dedication. It was developed with the cooperation of Helen, Susan Albert, and Priscilla Sousa, daughters of the famous composer and bandmaster. This year's recipient was Lauren Valente. Since its inception in 1974, the Louie Armstrong Jazz Award is the highest achievement for a high school jazz band student. The award, created with the approval of Armstrong's widow Lucille, honors outstanding ability and creativity in the jazz medium. This year's recipient is Lance Go. Each year, nearly 2,000 high school students in the state of Minnesota audition to be part of the various Minnesota Music Educators Allstate instrumental and vocal ensembles. This past year, 2 students were selected from the band program through audition to be members of the Allstate instrumental program. Please come down to receive your certificates. Lance Go, alto sax in this year's Allstate Jazz Ensemble, and Lauren Blender, oboist in this year's Allstate Symphonic Band.
Hello, I'm Renee Sonka on behalf of the Visual Arts Department, and I'm happy to be acknowledging our student artists today. I would like to recognize the following student artists who had work selected to be in juried exhibitions this year. Please stand as your name is called, and we will applaud at the end. Maya Lee Bauer, Mixed Media. Ellie Carlson, Ceramics. Mott Stolberg, Mixed Media, Drawing, Painting, Senior Portfolio. Ling DeBellis, Digital Art. Emma DeBoer, Painting. Dylan Dickinson, Ceramics. Amelia Dixon, drawing, mixed media. Charles Grimes, painting. Zoe Hutton, drawing. Beldaggio Gema, drawing. Maya Kelly, painting. Emily Coe, drawing. Jose Varela Castillo, drawing. Architectural model, senior portfolio. Siri Vorbic, drawing, painting, ceramics, senior portfolio. Peter Wu, drawing, painting. The next award is an outside award given by a nonprofit called the Memory Project. The Memory Project matches portrait artists with young children, creating cross-world connections when the children receive portraits created just for them. The Memory Project's mission statement explains, our participants create these portraits to help children feel valued and important, to know that many people care about their well-being, and to provide a special childhood memory in their future. The Memory Project would like to honor senior artist Peter Wu for his outstanding participation in the creation of portraits for children this year. Come on. And now for the 2019 Senior Art Award. The Art Award is given to a senior student who has demonstrated outstanding technical skill, shown mastery in a variety of mediums, utilized the breadth of our course offerings, contributed to and given back to the department, and who has developed the eyes and mind of an artist. Though that is a tall order, you may have noticed that in the previous list of award winners, it was a long list, and we had many capable and accomplished senior artists this year. From this year's excellent pool, we have selected one. This artist finds strong connections between seemingly unrelated things. That's what creativity is. Their work is visually dynamic and conceptually interesting. Their process is to create almost constantly and in absolutely any medium available. The level of originality is so impressive that if I were to project a sample of their work behind me, one that none of you had ever seen before, you would likely still know whose it is. They've honed their own unmistakable style to that degree. Heartfelt congratulations to Mont Stolberg.
Jay Noland, I'm here on behalf of the mathematics department in the upper school. And each year the Mathematics Award is given to the outstanding senior math student who best exemplifies the qualities of insatiable curiosity and innate ability to see and apply mathematics to the world around them. As the Hungarian mathematician John von Neumann wrote, if people do not believe that mathematics is simple, it's only because they do not realize how complicated life really is. This year's recipient is a student who demonstrates an intense curiosity in the mathematical sciences. She has consistently chosen to take the most difficult math classes and always challenges herself to solve the most difficult problems. In fact, last year she chose to study Calculus BC independently and performed quite amazingly on the test. One of the most important questions to ask in a math or science class is, of course, why? When this student asks this, she isn't merely wondering how we get an answer. She truly wants to understand the logic and mechanics behind the mathematical principles. Over the last 3 years, I've really been able to watch her exhibit a talent for excelling in math, but most of all, she's shown a love of learning and performing mathematics, and I have to mention was unofficially nominated for this by some of her fellow classmates. This year, the Mathematics Award goes to Juliana Wu.
Speak on behalf of the English department and award the English department award. As English teachers, it's our job to cajole, encourage, and sometimes nag you into building your skills in reading carefully, writing clearly, and thinking critically. We preach that our mission is to prepare you for your next academic path so you have your voice in this world. While all of that is true, our true motive for teaching is far more important. It has everything to do with your humanity. We ground our curriculum in literature to build your empathy, hone your imagination, and equip you to deal with emotional complexities of life's tangles. In short, we devote our time to sharing a journey with you as you grow to understand what it means to be human in this messy, messy world. And this year's recipient of the English Department Award understands that so well. Rarely have I had a student who responds with an empathy that is so pure and a compassion that is so deep. She is the definition of maturity in her ability to see nuance and recognize complexity. Since she first appeared in my 9th grade classroom, it's been an honor to watch her confidence build in discussion and her writing skills refine into works of beauty. She thoughtfully tackles each essay, each novel, each discussion with intent, never taking the shortcut or the easy way out, or most importantly, missing that opportunity to wrestle with the intricacies of human connection. And her devotion, beyond her devotion to her schoolwork, her quiet passion for the literature that we read is what inspired me time and time again. I have no doubt that in an age of electronics, she will revel in books for the rest of her life. It has been a joy to teach Haley Rhodes, and I am so happy to have worked with her.
I'm Mark Shapiro. I'm here to present the Science Department Award and the Williams Scholarship. The Williams Scholarship was provided by the parents of Lois Williams, who was a beloved, brilliant, creative, kind teacher and colleague at MPA in the 1990s. In most of these award presentations, we tell you about why the awardee is deserving, while some of you try to figure out who we're talking about. Not this time. Because for many of you, it's not going to take you long to figure out who I'm talking about. I can tell you about the great work each of these two award winners has done in science class. They have solved some of the hardest bonus problems, designed some of the strongest towers and bridges, written some of the best reports. But when our department considers candidates for the Science Department Award, we also consider their science-related extracurricular work. So I want to tell you about their work on the robotics team. The past 2 robotics seasons have been the most successful we've ever had. Many students worked on the robots, but 2 of them were almost completely responsible for the design. Consider what they had to know and to do in order to design this robot. This is a very small, partial list. They had to have a deep knowledge of mechanical systems, gear trains, pulleys, sprockets, chains, properties of materials, something called a lead screw, which I had never heard of, and much more. And they know how to combine them into complex, ingenious devices that manipulate milk crates or haul around big polycarbonate discs or lift 150-pound robots 1.5 feet off the ground. Jordan Grabansky, one of our 2 award winners, has become a wizard at designing a robot on a computer, using computer-aided design programs that are standard in industry. This has been a critical factor in the quality of our robots and the success of our team. Toby Sullivan, our other award winner, has become an expert using a CNC router, a large, complex machine that cuts out precision parts, and has been another critical factor in the success of our team. None of this happens casually. This labor of love consumed nights, weekends, and parts of summers for years. They have shown us that with intelligence, motivation, failure, and persistence, one can achieve great success. I've also learned something else. I've learned if you spend enough time working on a robot, you eventually start to accumulate hardware. What I mean by that is if you're wearing a sweatshirt and you have something and you put it in your sweatshirt pocket, you don't realize you have it until it falls out of your sweatshirt pocket when you get home. So I figure by now, Jordan and Toby each have enough hardware at home to build their own entire robot. So, Jordan and Toby, I got each of you a magnetic parts bin. So you can keep your spare parts in one place, and I even got a 1/4-20 bolt to start your collection. So, congratulations.
The Mounds Park Academy Social Studies Department not only values excellence and effort in our classrooms, but we really appreciate the way so many of you go beyond these walls to better understand, explore our world, to lean into controversy and public discourse, and to live what you have learned. Whether traveling last summer with fellow MPA students through the Midwest and South, engaging in competitive debates on topics ranging from social media to Amazon to the Electoral College, or advocating on behalf of the Department of Commerce in oral argument at the Minnesota Court of Appeals. This year's winner of the Social Studies Department Award exemplifies all these traits. We are pleased to recognize Henry Peterson with this year's Social Studies.
Bonjour messieurs, dames. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler en anglais parce que je veux que tout le monde comprenne bien ce qui est tellement extraordinaire chez l'étudiante qu'on fait aujourd'hui. Mona, Adam. So what I just said is I'm going to speak English today so that everyone listening can understand what makes our honorees so extraordinary. Mona exemplifies how learning another language has value far beyond simply knowing verb conjugations and vocabulary. From early on, Mona showed creativity and cleverness in French. When we were learning about ordinal numbers, first, second, third, etc., and months of the year, at this stage of development, it's perfectly normal for some sixth graders still to be figuring out what the order of the months actually is in English. But Mona was able to offer the date of Thanksgiving as le troisième jeudi de novembre, the third Thursday of November. For a language teacher, this is bold. She takes what she learns in one instance and applies it to new situations. She uses big picture thinking to solve problems and create solutions. In 8th grade, Mona made a brilliant observation about the relationship between French and English that I still use in class when we talk about borrowed words. She said, how come all the words we borrow from French are fancy and sophisticated, like rendezvous and soirée, and all the words French borrow from us are words like weekend, hamburger, t-shirt? That's a good point. Though she may not have known what she was doing at the time, she pointed out how language, culture, and perspective are linked. How can we extrapolate insights about the relationship between French and American people from the way our languages influence each other? Mona continued to shine through the tough grammar of French 3 and 4, and then put all those years of hard work together as she tackled the French 5 literature course. Muna's drive to communicate surpasses any fear she may have about not knowing exactly how to say what she wants to say in French. Her strong voice in class discussions on science, religion, feminism, privilege, racism helped her classmates to read our selections with new eyes. And all of this, Ms. Emmy, is what makes an outstanding language student. Muna, we will miss you next year. We can't wait to see how you go out and share your brilliance in the language of your choice in this wide, beautiful, and challenging world. Your AP classmates and Madame Johnson join me in choosing you to receive our award. It is our honor to present this year's Joanne Winsner French Award to Muna Atten. Félicitations et bonne continuation.
I'm Curriculum Director of the Spanish Department. Cada año, el Departamento de Español ofrece un premio a un estudiante que posea las mejores destrezas en el uso del idioma, a quien mejor demuestre una comprensión excelente del lenguaje y a quien excede el entusiasmo para el aprendizaje del idioma y para las culturas de los países hispanohablantes. Este año, muchos estudiantes de la clase de AP han logrado un nivel de conocimiento del idioma bastante alto. Como un grupo pueden conversar sobre temas muy diversos y además, y tal vez más importante, son personas muy buenas. Hemos disfrutado tanto de nuestro tiempo con ellos. Pero el colegio exige que elijamos a alguien a quien regalar nuestro premio. Tratamos de escoger a la persona que ha sobresalido en cada aspecto de su aprendizaje y que se expresa muy bien tanto en la forma oral como en la forma escrita. Después de considerar estos requisitos, este año les otorgamos el premio de excelencia en español a 2 personas, Kike Peterson y Gabby Long.
Good afternoon. I'm Anne Francis Gregg, the middle school and upper school theater teacher and director. On behalf of the theater department, I want to thank the MPA community for such an incredible year. Our 3 co-curricular shows were so much fun for everyone involved and incorporated at least 130 students, both middle and upper. Congratulations to all of you who contributed to the season. It was a wild success. First, I would like to recognize 5 students' commitment levels with certificates of excellence. These students led with can-do spirits and made many daily contributions both on and off stage. Certificates of excellence are awarded to Tyler Schell as soundhead in Chicago, Tanner Gastiazoro as spotlight operator and stage crew in Chicago, Anna Strobel as ensemble and costume crew in Chicago, Chloe McCluskey, as Rashid and soundhead in Chicago, and Jordan Akers as Fred Casely and ensemble in Chicago. Next are the Director's Awards. A Director's Award acknowledges a student in the cast or crew who goes above and beyond from the very first minute of rehearsal to the very last minute of strike. A student may only win 1 Director's Award per year. I will read the Director's Award winners for each show and then ask you to come as a group to receive your awards. Please hold your applause. For Walk Two Moons, Charlotte Burr as makeup and hair head, and Amelia Dixon as publicity head. For Haroon and the Sea of Stories, Danny Honda as Butt the Bufo and publicity head, and Salma El Masri as Haroon and publicity head. For Chicago, Kiki Ndogo as Val McKelly, Bella Hockert as Liz and ensemble, Ryan Ghosh as Billy Flynn, and Ellie Carlson as assistant director. The Jen DeGolier Award, Excellence in Technical Theater. This award was created to honor Jen DeGolier, who passed away in 2012. Jen was MPA's lighting designer for many years. A free spirit, Jen worked in bare feet and wore her brightly colored hair in pigtails. As a friend of mine said, Jen worked magic. This year's Jen DeGolier Award recognizes the work, dedication, and technical passion of Ellie Carlson. The final two annual awards are peer-selected by upper school students who were involved in this year's theater season. The first peer award is the Rookie of the Year award. This award recognizes a student who has participated in their first show or first season as an upper schooler. This person has proven to be a hard worker, awesome team player, and leads by example. The selectee may be a member of the cast or crew in grades 9 through 12. Our Rookie of the Year for 2019 is Kiki Ndogo. Department Annual Award is the Player of the Year. Again, this award is student selected. This award recognizes the senior who has shown leadership and positivity above and beyond on stage and or behind the scenes. The Player of the Year is open to 12th graders only, and student nominees must be involved in both the winter and spring shows. Our Player of the Year for 2019 is Jade McFarland.
Hello, I'm Dave McGahey, representing the Fire Department, Physical Education. Physical Education Department would like to recognize a student with an Achievement Award for possessing the following characteristics and attributes: strong individual and team skills, understanding strategies during activity, sportspersonship, inclusiveness in team play, a recognition of varying abilities, and a positive attitude in all situations. I'm very pleased to announce the recipient for 2018-2019 school year is Jerusalem Tao.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan Hayes, MPA Athletic Director. The Mounds Park Academy Panther Awards are presented annually to the top senior female and male athletes. These athletes' athletic achievements, leadership qualities, dedication, attitude, and commitment through their upper school experience is considered by our selection committee. The 2018-19 Girls Panther Award goes to Miss Gabby Law. The 2018-2019 Boys Panther Award goes to Mr. Matt Bourne.
Hi everyone, Randy Comfort, Director of Guidance. I have several awards to give out here. Each year through the local chapter of the American Legion Auxiliary, we are given the opportunity to send a junior girl to Girls State for a week at a local college to learn about governance, policy making, and community building. I ask that this year's recipient please stand and be recognized. MPA is honored to send Emma Finch to Girls State this summer. Similar to Girls State, Boys State is sponsored by the local chapter of the American Legion, and MPA is able to send a junior boy to Boys State for a week, also at a local college, and focused on similar areas of governance, policymaking, and community building. I ask that this year's recipient please stand and be recognized. MPA is honored to send Charlie Gillises to Boys State. MPA is a participating member of the North St. Paul Maplewood Oakdale Rotary Club, which is a local chapter of Rotary International. Rotarians work together for the improvement of lives locally and globally. Earlier this year, one of our students was recognized by the Rotary organization for their outstanding leadership and service at a breakfast in early March. I was in attendance that morning, and honoring our student, please stand and be recognized, Izzy Portuguese. The service program at Mounds Park Academy was developed to allow students the personal growth opportunity that comes from making a positive difference in the world without direct personal compensation. Our service program is designed to allow students to use their energy and skills to help others and connect our multiple communities, and helping one another allows us to feel connected and build positive relationships. Students do not receive compensation for their service, so the service awards are a way to recognize their effort to others. The grade level service awards are selected using the dual criteria of alignment with the MPA mission and the total number of hours completed during the current grade year. Please come to the stage when your name is called. For her work at the Tamarack Nature Center, serving as a junior assistant naturalist in support of the summer day camp staff in a wide variety of ways, and for serving as a Miss Fair volunteer, the 9th grade service award is given to Zoe Carmen. For her work as a volunteer at the Daisy Child Development Center, helping support younger students in a variety of skills, including reading, math, problem solving, and critical thinking, and for various MPA volunteer opportunities. The 10th grade service award is given to Sana Punjabi. For her extensive work with Lutheran Social Services to help refugees resettle in Minnesota by helping them find employment, securing housing, enrolling in school, tutoring and to help pass citizenship tests, and to helping to mentor in a variety of other areas depending on the needs of a lot of people. She is also a past grade level winner for her work in the area of supporting others. Moving back to 11th grade, or 12th grade. For her work in founding the Girls STEM Center, focused on Somali American girls by offering tutoring, mentorship, and coding, managing program logistics, and day-to-day program recruiting volunteers and coordinating mentors for the program. The 11th grade service award is given to Miss Cully. Award, you heard the criteria. The 12th grade service award is given to Rayan Ahmed. Please make it a point to join the seniors on Monday, June 3rd for the service fair on the Lansing Center track. The fair is a drop-in event from 1 to 4 p.m. and you will get to see the great work our seniors have done for the projects this year. They will have short written summaries of their work at their table for anyone who's interested in learning more or considering similar projects in the future. Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Bill Hudson, head of school, and I have the honor of awarding the Spirit of 1986 award. The Spirit of 1986 award was given by Alfred and Ingrid Harrison, parents of one member of the graduating class, the first graduating class in 1986, Martin Harrison. Martin came here as a senior, and in 1 year was able to change his life and impact his future in immeasurable ways. Unfortunately, in college, he was the victim of a terrible accident, a boating accident, and has lost his life. But his parents have gifted the school an endowment to recognize a junior who has made great personal strides to achieve an outstanding academic record and/or has shown outstanding service to the school. The award is determined by the faculty and staff each year, and it recognizes that senior with that can-do attitude and spirit that represents the 1986 first graduating class. An award of $500 may be used for the tuition of the student during their senior year here at MBA or at college. I ask the recipient of the 2019 Spirit of 86 Awards please come on stage. This year the award goes to Cecilia Holland.
At this point, we are going to offer the Junior Mission Awards. And what I would like to do is invite those who were the recipients last year, who are now seniors, to come forward to present the awards to this year's juniors. Seniors, please come forward.
Think Independently Award. This student demonstrates exceptional ability to draw independent conclusions, appreciates differing opinions and points of view, questions expectations, takes intellectual and social risks, becomes increasingly independent and insightful, challenges conventions, and thinks divergently. This year's winner is Soli Svende Grossi.
The Effective Communication Award. Effective communicators bring ideas alive and ignite the mind of others. Their words have inspired revolutions and put men on the moon. Their books have explored the theories of the great philosophers, the complexities of civilization, and the mysteries of the human heart. Their art has celebrated our genius and confronted our demons. Effective communicators at MPA uses spoken or written word or the expressive language of the arts to explore, to explain, to comfort, and to challenge. I'm proud to announce this year's winner as Charlie Gillespie.
Integrity Award. People of respect and integrity act as the moral compass of the human race. They stand for justice, they speak the truth, they value human dignity, and they act with compassion and empathy. They have courage. At MPA, students of respect and integrity act as role models who remind us to aspire to the best that is in us. The student who receives the Respect and Integrity Award shows exceptional appreciation for what respect and integrity means, positively engages in discussion of inclusion and tolerance, articulates expectations for behavior with both peers and adults, reflects on his or her own choices and actions, and makes suggestions for improvement, models respect and integrity, and acknowledges and owns his or her own mistakes, displays sensitivity to a wide breadth of cultures and an accompanying depth of social understanding. I'm honored to announce this year's winner is Emma Finch.
Intellectual Ambition Award. Intellectual ambition drives discovery. It requires an eager curiosity, a deep passion for understanding, and a creative, flexible mind that sees connections between time, space, and disciplines. Intellectual ambition will not be repressed and comprehends the vitality and relevance of learning to our human experience. It translates that learning from the classroom into a rich life. Ultimately, intellectual ambition does not only serve the student, but ripples into the people around. This year's winner is Annie Portuguese.
Responsibility Award. Globalization defines our time, and our ability to adapt to its pressures will determine how or even whether we survive as a culture, as a species. Our issues are complex, and global stewardship demands solutions that are humanitarian as well as practical, that accommodate the challenge while preserving tradition, that manage growth while protecting the planet. The globally responsible student at MPA is fully engaged global citizen who embraces this challenge and takes concrete steps to enhance the quality of life of individuals around the world. This year's winner is Priyamanda.
Joy of learning. Those who find joy in learning will find happiness in life and will enrich the lives of others. Such students energize the classroom, they inspire their teachers, and they encourage their classmates to a shared enthusiasm. At MPA, they define who we are. The winner this year is Ellie Carlson.
I'm Lisa Buck, and I'm one of the advisors for the MPA Graduate Certificate of Distinction. And these are my two colleagues, who are the other advisors. Jane Anderson and Carter. Could the following students please come to the stage? Mats Dahlberg, Emily Davidson, and Siri Warbeck. The MPA Graduate Certificate of Distinction program was designed to acknowledge passionate students who are willing to dive deeply into one of the following areas: STEM, global, or fine arts. Though each certificate has its own requirements, they consistently include academics, service, experience, and enrichment. Significant time, effort, skill, and motivation are needed to pursue the program, which encourages students to demonstrate leadership, responsibility, great initiative through managing and documenting their experiences. In a world where change is constant, information infinite, and creativity essential, candidates in our Fine Arts Certificate of Distinction program take our already vibrant Fine Arts program to a level that expands beyond the walls of MPA in service, exhibition, and performance. Focusing on two of the three fine arts areas, these students work to connect their heart and mind with action. They solve visual problems, share their passion with young and old, develop outstanding skills and expression, and they create beauty. With courage and conviction, fine arts candidates develop the ability to organize, promote, and design, bringing ideas from conception to fruition. It's our pleasure today to acknowledge the three students you see on stage who have earned the Graduate Certificate of Distinction, all in fine arts. Please give them a round of applause.
So I'm Mike Colleen. I actually sat where you guys sat. Last time as a student was 13 years ago. And I gotta say, I don't ever remember being as accomplished as these guys, so that's pretty cool. And congratulations to everyone. But I have two awards to give out today from the MPA Alumni Association. The first one is the Future Alumni Leader Award. Entering MPA as a fresh-faced, curly-haired kindergartner 12 years ago, this student has been a stellar member of the MPA committee ever since. Very few days go by without seeing them enter the building in an unwavering, positive, almost bubbly way. Their energy and positivity is infectious. This student is recognized as a leader by their classmates and teachers based upon their strong, persevering attitude that is always forward-thinking. This student eagerly volunteers for everything that is offered. As an admissions officer or admissions office ambassador, they are one of the students we are proud to have represent our community at open houses and community events. Often one of the first people prospective families and students meet. Be it in their classes, theater performance, playing guitar or cello, or interacting with their classmates, this student is engaged 100% in all in which they are involved. It has become these and many more characteristics that Tyler Shadow is a recipient of the Future Alumni Leader Award. don't know, the Future Alumni Leader Award is to provide an annual financial award towards tuition expenses for a qualified upper school student with demonstrated merit at MPA, and the gifts honors MPA's tradition of giving back to the school, and the recipients are then expected to be active in the MPA Alumni Association after graduation. So we'll see you soon. Our second and final award is the Alumni Association Award. The MPA Alumni Association Award is intended to honor alumni of outstanding talent pursuing their own creative, intellectual, and professional inclinations while embracing the spirit of MPA's commitment to community and social outreach. The Alumni Association gathers nominations of alums who are dreaming big and doing right from our community in order to award this honor. This year, the Alumni Association is thrilled to present the MPA Alumni Association to Claire Porter, class of 2000. She recently won the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration David Johnson Award for the scientist under 40 who has made outstanding innovative use of Earth observations satellite data. She has received the award at the Dr. Robert H. Goddard Memorial Dinner in March at the National Space Club in Washington, D.C. This award is the culmination of Claire's work for the past 10 years to produce never-before possible evaluation models of the Arctic and Antarctica. With the support of the National Science Foundation, Claire and her team at the Polar Geospatial Center have devised techniques to process continuous satellite imagery into maps with 1 meter of accuracy and a precision measured in decimeters. As one of her nominators wrote, Claire Porter has turned the topographic world upside down. With her contributions, her work has led to an achievement with far-reaching scientific and real-world applications. And I cannot overstate the importance of her fundamental and first-person singular contributions to Earth observations. Thank you very much, Claire, and hopefully come up to receive your award. Lastly, I would like to say just a few words. For those of you who are graduating this year, we're so excited to see where your next journey takes you as you continue to dream big and do right out into the world. As you may drift away physically from campus, we want to emphasize that this school and its community will never stop supporting and encouraging you in everything you do. I personally graduated back in 2006, and the only professional job that I've ever had since college is because of the generosity and willingness of an MPA family to both mentor me throughout college and then ultimately give me a job in their business afterwards. With that being said, as an alumni association, we strive to continue to provide you with these similar opportunities to network with our amazing community. We started our first mentoring program this year so we can connect current students with alumni. As you walk across that stage in a week, remember how fortunate we are and never forget how willing our community is to help if you simply ask. Thank you very much.
It has come to my attention that I actually forgot to name someone way back at the beginning who received the Cum Laude Award, and I just want to apologize and call out Danny Honda. Before we leave today, none of this could be possible without the unbelievable, tremendous work done by the MPA faculty and staff. Can we give them, please, a round of applause? endless dedication and support every day that they offer to their students, and it gives them the opportunity to flourish. Thank you so much for all that you do. It is my hope that everyone finishes strong this year. Seniors, enjoy your time. We look forward to seeing you on Monday afternoon at the service fair. Assembly is dismissed.